Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Iron Lung, back at it with a new video. And this time I'm not going to be doing a video game related video. I'm doing something different. I'm a gun enthusiast, and as such I like to get outside every now and then and shoot a little bit. I've experienced in the military. I've been trained, and so I like to do a little bit of a tactical shooting here and there. And so I'm starting to set up something different. Before, me and my boys would come out here and just shoot, you know, just stand and shoot the target, and that's all we did. But I'm trying to mix it up, add some interesting elements to it. And so, as you can see, what I've built here is two walls. The two walls are connected by hasps, so you can easily fold those two walls in and collapse them, and they can be easily stored. And so what this is going to let me do is train doing some around the corner, behind the corner type shots at targets, where I can have my rifle or my pistol and peek around the corner, shoot them, and come back. And eventually I'm going to build two more walls where it'll be one complete room, and one of the walls will be a doorway, so you can come up, like pretend there's a wall right here, right? Just imagine there's a wall right here. You can come up and the wall's right here, and then you can pile around the doorway. Whatever targets I get inside, you can peg it and come in and clear the room. Interesting stuff like that, you know, instead of just standing in one spot and shooting all the time, actually mixing it up, making it a little more interesting. And you know, over there I've got a little barrier I made, and this stuff is really easy to make. The materials, you know, they're not exactly cheap, but if you build it right, it's going to last you a long time. So with that barrier right there, you know, you can pile the corner, come back, and then run across, and then you got this barrier right here. Now I don't have a board covering this portion of the barrier yet, but I will. But you know, while I'm training, I'm treating this like it is cover, you know. So I'll come here, and then you can, from a standing position, peek around at the target. You got to get down. You can get down, come up, hit the target over here, the target over here, lay down, hit the target from over there. You know, use your left hand and peek around over here and hit the target, laying down. And this target board is really easy to make too. It's just 2x4s and plywood or particle board, whatever you want to use. And here I use 2x4s and just a simple, very thin board of 4x8 that I ran across, and so you can put 3 targets up. Now, as you can see, I've already used this thing, and the board itself, it's some kind of, it's like a particle board of sorts. It's very cheap, easy to replace. So you get enough holes in this thing, and you can just go to the Home Depot or the Lowe's and buy another one and slap it on real quick. It's super easy, super easy. And eventually I'm going to make some more targets. Like this is one of the old targets I made back in the day, using 1x1s. It's seen better days, but I'll replace the board on it, and I'll reinforce it, and I can put single targets on this one, and I have another one that's up there my dad has been using to zero his rifles for hunting. And that way you have that board right there and individual stands, and you can position them anywhere you want to, and mix and match through different scenarios. You could put those single stands in here. I'll build the other wall, the other 2 walls with the hasp. You know, when I'm storing them, you can collapse the walls and put them somewhere on blocks. And when you're ready to use them, you and a buddy or two, because these things are heavy, will get up, lift them up and put them in place and set up your walls, your rooms, and you can put these single stands in these rooms to practice room clearing. Now, I do not recommend someone who hasn't had a lot of training, a lot of experience with firearms doing this kind of thing. I do not recommend it at all. If you're someone that's just starting out, don't do it. You know, look for someone who look for a professional, someone with experience, to teach you and guide you. If you have a training course in your area, I recommend going there instead. But if just drop the pride. You know, if you don't have the experience, don't do this. Okay, do not do this. This is one of those situations where you just don't do it at home. If you don't know what you're doing, if you've never done something like this before, if you don't have a lot of experience shooting guns, if you're one of those people that's like, oh, I shot a gun one time before, that doesn't mean that you're capable of getting out here and doing something like this. No, you're going to mess up and you're going to hurt yourself or someone else. So, no. But for those of you who have the experience, who do this on a regular basis, these are some really good ideas for things you can do to mix it up and make it interesting. And, well, you know, for the airsofters out there, people who play airsoft. I mean, if you're an airsofter, man, go right on, man, do it, brother. Like, this would be a great way for airsofters to play at their home, on their land, and be able to build obstacles to make things interesting, mix things up. And, you know, if you're bored one day and you want to, you know, practice your airsofting skills and get ready for the next time you and your buds go out to a field or something to play, you can build something like this, build something like that, put up a little target stand, and do little drills and practice. Simple as that. So what I'm about to do is I'm going to put on my gear and I'm going to run through this a couple of times. And I hope you guys enjoy. Like I said, if you don't have the experience, you don't have the expertise, don't do this. If you're going to do it in a controlled environment, or do it with someone who has the experience, a professional is there to advise you and watch you and make sure that the area is safe, that what you're doing is safe. People who hurt themselves doing this kind of stuff because of themselves and no one else. Because they are the ones that did something that wasn't safe, something that was stupid that they shouldn't have done. Most firearm accidents, damn near all firearm accidents, are the result of someone's stupidity. That's it. It's not the gun itself; it's the user. Period. So you have to treat these things like they're loaded at all times. You got to respect them. Respect them for what they are. They're weapons. They're weapons you can use to go hunting with, you know, kill a deer or whatever, or in self-defense to take someone down. These things are used in war to take out the enemy. They have a purpose, and that purpose is to end life. That's what it's there for. That's the ultimate purpose. There's no getting around that. But it doesn't make the gun a bad thing. The bad thing, or it's the people behind the weapon that make it bad, because they're bad people that want to do bad things. So remember that. All right, here we go. Okay. This is something you want to do facing downrange. You don't want to put magazines in your weapon. You don't want to point your weapon anywhere but downrange. I know there's nothing down there. There's nothing down here. This is where I'm pointing that weapon, in this area, because there's nothing around. Okay. Okay. Here we go. You know what? I'm being stupid. What you're supposed to do, you're supposed to load this joker up first, and I didn't do it. If you're shooting with two guns, with a sidearm and a firearm, you always want to load up the sidearm first. I screwed up there. That's my mess up. It's a lot safer that way. All right, now I'm ready. I've done left shooting a long time. All right, I'm cleared. Cleared. Good to go. Whenever you're done shooting that iteration, you want to make sure your weapons are cleared before you leave the line. And that's the kind of stuff you can do with setting up barriers like that. And you can train shooting from barrier to barrier, around corners, and eventually you make a little room, and you make sure, of course, that when you're making that little CQB room, that where you put the targets is going to be in a safe area to shoot. Like when I make my room, the targets are going to be on that end over there or facing out this way, because I don't want to shoot over here, I don't want to shoot over here. That way's safe, with the exception of that boat right there. But the safest spot is going to be up against that hill. So more often than not, my target is going to be facing that hill right there. So that's just a little demonstration there. What people can use that for. You can make these things, they're not super expensive, they're not super cheap either though. For me to make the walls, the target stand, and that barrier was 150 bucks. And that was including screws, the hasp. So the wall itself, I think you'd be looking at about, that's the most expensive thing to make right there, probably about $75 right there. That and those two are like neck to neck with how expensive they are, about $30 to $35 a piece, just depending on what type of lumber you buy. So there you have it. That's my little demonstration, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed this video. And if you like what you see, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. If you want to make any comments in the comment section, please do. If you see anything that I did wrong, let me know. Let me know. The only way we can get better is by opening ourselves up to criticisms. Be humble. If somebody has something that they can say that can make you better, listen to it. Criticisms aren't bad things, you know. They're good. If you just, like I said, you just humble yourself, listen to the criticism, that's a chance for you to grow as free to grow, period. So yeah, thanks guys for watching this video, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.